Hey everybody. Here, I'm sorry. I don't know if this works, or I think I have to be on this so you guys can hear me. I'm never sure. Anyway, hey everybody. I am so excited to be here today. I have lots of cool things, lots of cool news. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on. So I had 3 pages of notes. Well, in 3 pages in my terrible handwriting. So yeah, I've got good stuff today. So I'm really excited. So I have a few. Hey, Teresa, I have a few things, let's see, to announce, to be excited about. Number 1, today is June 24th, 2020, and 20 years ago, I got married. So it's my 20th anniversary. Yay! I'm excited. My husband and I are rarely in the same state in the same country. We tend to be in different countries, states on our anniversary from each other. I think I was telling him last night that I think we've been apart more years on our anniversary than we've been together. We're always somewhere. Last year, we were actually flying home from Italy with our girls because we saved up for a big European vacation to Italy with them. And so, yeah, that was fun. So we were in the same country, at least last year, and we're in the same state this year. So we're actually gonna have dinner. I think we've had dinner on our anniversary like twice, maybe. We're kind of, I don't know, non-celebrators just due to our very mobile lifestyle. Okay, so yeah, really exciting for me. Oh, it's your 25th anniversary too. Oh, I'm sorry, you're separated. Sorry. But June 24th is a good day. It's also, sorry, I dropped my notebook. It's also my brother's birthday, so I have to call and tell my brother happy birthday. He's still mad that I got married on his birthday, but like there weren't that many choices. So yeah, my husband and I graduated from the Air Force Academy, so they gave us 30 days to get married afterwards, and so it was like parade of weddings. We went to like all our friends' weddings and everyone. So yeah, there was like wedding. So pretty much all my friends are having their anniversary sometime, within the past 30 days. Anyway, okay, so let's see other things other than my my personal life. So ashschmidt.com. That is my new website. I'm so excited. Published with Ashley. I've got a newsletter. It's you join my VIP newsletter, you get 365 low content ideas. And because of my anniversary and because it's the launch of my new course, I have a new publishing bootcamp course. The first intro video is kind of focused at military and military spouses, but the course can be used by anybody. It's $19.99, $20 for the next week or so. So if you guys are interested and want to support, or you want to it's got a really good checklist. I've had about 20 of people I work with in this kind of mastermind group that I've been in. And I had them all, they all bought it for a real discounted rate, and they've been going through it and they said it's pretty good. And one person said the checklist was great. So, and I tried to make it that way. It's really, that checklist is for newbies, but even if you're not a newbie, it's a really great way to kind of focus yourself. It's kind of what I decided to do to refocus myself about 6 months ago. And it worked really well. So I hopefully, maybe that's, that's about as good as I can do. Yeah, I should be better, but that's not me. So, to give you announcements or cool stuff, I plan on doing a lot of cool stuff and freebies and all sorts of fun stuff, just because I love this business and I'm excited and I like you guys to be excited. So, let's see. Oh, I created a Facebook group. Contact me if they have questions. So I created a Facebook group. So on the description below this video, there will be a link to my Facebook group. I literally created it this morning, so it's not that exciting yet. But if you have questions, thoughts, whatever, come join in. I think it's just asked to join at this point in time. I might ask some questions just so we keep out the spammers, but I literally set it up this morning. So check it out. Other announcement. I said it's on sale for, my course is on sale for $20. It's normally going to be $49, so it's not like a hugely expensive course. I want this to be fun. But what I have discovered, if you're not, I was there every single day I participated because I had put $500 in it and I was going to get $500 worth of effort or, worth out of it. And it did. I really did. It really recharged me. Even though I didn't learn anything tech, it was really great to get in this group of masterminds that I've been working with these people. And I love, they're the ones who took the course after I, released it, whatever. Anyway, so on the other announcement on 15 July, I'm going to have Neil Lassen on live. Cross your fingers. Hopefully it goes good. The live, I haven't done a live with another person. So me and Google will be friends. I've told Zoom works. So I will figure that out though. I promise. I'm actually technically adept. I just have to read up about it so I can figure it out. All right. I think that's all the announcements I have today. So yeah, I actually had a lot of announcements today. I don't normally, but I do today. So what is working for me in KDP right now? And it makes sense, honestly. The biggest sellers I have are outdoors things. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The internet is not working. It might be me too. Sorry. I know I complain about my internet, but we have these overhead lines and we have underlines, and I think they're trying to take all the overhead lines and put them under the ground. And so even though I have DSL, fiber optics, whatever I have, it's been iffy lately. Okay, so what is working for me in KDP, and it makes sense. It's outdoors type stuff. And I don't mean that to be vague. I just mean I have a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Like I have camping stuff, kids outdoors type stuff, just all sorts of in the outdoors realm. It's one of the things that was doing well for me last summer. So this winter, February timeframe, I decided to expand it. I did the travel niche as well, which does well in summer, but with COVID, not so much on travel, but the outdoorsy stuff. And the best things that have worked for me, which make real sense. And so this is kind of what I wanted to focus on too. And what I think, if you're not a newbie, because I have advice for newbies after this, but if you're not a newbie, this is what I suggest you do. I have one book that I created, I think January or February timeframe. I know I was talking and telling you all in January, February that I had created a new brand and a new line of books, and I was hoping it would do well. It was this. Okay, so I made a brand of books that is very specific, kind of outdoor activity type books. Like when I mean very specific, I mean it is tied to a place and an activity. Okay, so I've tied it to a popular place around this activity, and it's like a summer activity, right? So I don't want to tell you exactly because I think you could actually find it, because why I like it and it's good is because it is specific, and I managed to get on the first page for the results when you do search results for this. And there's a reason for that. So we'll talk about that. So you want to do very specific things with a place that is popular or a big city that's popular, and then an activity. So you want to tie the activity and the place together. And why I'm not being real specific in what my niche is, that's because you have to come up with your own thing, right? You have to pick your own thing, but I want you to kind of think of it in this way. So I have some ideas and thoughts, because I was talking to someone else in this mastermind group I am, and they do FBA. And he was saying that for FBA, he has been doing really well selling pools. I was like, pools? And I had talked to my husband, we were thinking trampolines would do really well, right? You couldn't get a trampoline because everyone's kind of stuck inside, but their kids still need to get outside. But what can you do? So trampolines, and then pools. Yeah, like those, above ground $400 pools. Well, he was saying that they've been going like hotcakes. Can't even find them. And, he's now selling his last few for like $2,000 when it wouldn't have been remotely that price before, but he's got like 2 left. So, and that's what everyone else is selling them for. So I guess my thought here with this all coming in is that you got to think what this summer, especially, people are stuck not doing what they normally would do, which was travel or something like that. They're doing more outdoorsy activities because it's summer and it's warm, but what are they doing that would make sense? So I had some few ideas that I thought would be specific and be fun. So I thought about like, what if it's about a treasure hunt or a scavenger hunt within like a big city or area. So if you live in a city or area that you know something about, or honestly with Google, you can probably do quite a few things. Um, you can go and create a book around a scavenger hunt or something around that city or area that kids find, like activities, parts of history, kind of that educational, get outdoors, but you can do it yourself. Kids love that adventure, that fun. So I thought that would be fun. Another book that I've actually done some research in and I have plans to do, but haven't got around to. So if you all have time, more than power to you. I have too many ideas and not enough time. As science experiments for kids, right? Science experiments that they can do with, at home stuff. Those books actually sell really well, and it's not a hugely competitive market because it does take time to create something like that. There is 1.5 billion resources on the internet for all this stuff. I have Pinterest boards devoted to this because I had this plan to do this awesome, cool book, but I just haven't. Because it does take time. It would take time to compile and you can't copy paste what someone has for a science experiment, but the experiment itself, like, putting Mentos into a Coke bottle, that's not like a copyrightable thing. Like it's out there everywhere, right? But the way you write it obviously would, your own directions, you would have to write that, but you can take ideas out there, rewrite it, add pictures and fun, or, and make something. So another idea I had, and the great thing is with that is you can repurpose that to Ignite, right? You could create fun at-home science experiment type things, 1-pagers, 2-pagers that you could sell individually on Ignite if you're on Ignite. So that's a good idea, I think, because you can anything you can repurpose, right? That's a great thing. Here's one that I honestly, if someone made this, I would buy this, okay? Because I am desperate for this. Okay, a fun activity or craft around a certain theme. So yet again, you're getting around that like craft or activity and a theme, right? Maybe it's outer space and making stuff with popsicle sticks. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to go as specific as popsicle sticks, but maybe the theme is outer space. Okay, so you create 30-day or week-long camp books. I can't tell you how I would love to have somebody give me a schedule of like 2-3 hours of a way to entertain my children with a list of like exactly what you need to buy, like a shopping list, and then like the activities planned out. Because like thinking about it is painful, because like finally when I get an idea and I get my kids together, like one has disappeared and the other one wants his iPad, so I take the iPad away, then the one I corralled has run away, and like then coming up with an idea is just so painful. So like honestly, if you could create this, I am telling you, parents would love it. I would love it. I would buy it, because I'm sitting here like, what do I do with my kids? I just want them playing iPad all day long, right? But how can I keep them engaged? How can I keep them involved? And if they have like a fun quest or summer camp, right? Like week-long 30-day summer camp, I think that would be awesome. And you could make it a little more general, like a week-long camp, so you could use it for Christmas, or you could make a Christmas themed one. That would be awesome now that I think about that. So anyway, there is more ideas out there than you think. Now, these books do take more time to create, but I'm going to tell you something. So the book that I spent 2 weeks making this book, and I've made $200 this month on this book. And I expect to make, before starting in about February, I was making about $100 a month, but now it's kind of prime season for this type of thing, right? Summer activity. I'm making like $200 a month. So that may not sound like big bucks, but heck, if you could get one of those books made a month, so you spent a whole month making a book that made you $200 a month, that's a month worth well spent, right? You may think, oh, it's only $200 and I spent, 40 hours making it. Well, $200 a month for, like 10 years, like that's worthwhile, totally worthwhile. So, I mean, the goal of making a book every month or every 2 weeks that is specific and focused is like a really, really good way to make a good brand. Okay, so and this line I've made One of the books is doing really well. Like I said, 200 a month. There's another one's like 60 or 50 or 60. I can't remember. Somewhere around there. And the other's like 20. So, not all are going to be a success, but I still made a book that I reused the core of it to make that $200 one that I knew that would be the most popular. I honestly knew it would be the most popular because of research. Did some research into what the most popular destinations were, that sort of thing. So I knew it would be the most popular. But I reused a lot of that. And so the next book, so I think I made 3 in that series, maybe 4. I can't remember. Anyway, the first one took me like 2.5 weeks. And the second one took me like a week. And the next one took me a week. Right. So, in a month, I had 3 books. But those are making me like $250, $300 a month total, and not all are winners like the $200. But still, if you add on those things and spend the time. Now, the other 2 great things about being specific, okay, this focused effort on something like that you are going to take more than like 2 days to make, right? You're going to take some time, do some research, put real effort into it. The 2 things are, 1, it stands out and is different, right? Okay, there's no, and some of these things, like I know people couldn't copy me because it's like, it would be so much effort. Like, I guess somebody could, but then again, it wouldn't be the same and they'd have to copy paste each page it's too much effort. So if people are going to copy, they're going to copy something easy. They're not going to copy something complex. So it makes it different. It makes it harder for someone to replicate, especially if you have success in it. It's really hard to replicate. Like the book I made that's getting $200 a month, it would be hard to replicate. You would actually have to buy the book and like, it would take you a lot of effort to replicate when making it yourself would be so much easier. The second, and this is the big one, is advertising. Okay, so this book, I have advertised this month for $5 this month. $5 whole. And I've gotten, I think last I checked, 16 sales. And some of those were multiple sales. So it wasn't just 16 books. It was more like 30 books. I got because it's a kid's book and they buy one for, each kid or something like that. So it's multiple sales. So advertising, your cost of advertising goes down a lot when you can be really focused, really specific, because those long tail keywords people are just not paying for, right? Yes, I am excited I had success with these because like I said, I spent a whole 2.5 weeks making this one book, and it was time consuming. I can't even tell you. It took me a really long time. The second one, like I said, took a lot less because I reused the same format, but it's very specific. It's actually really fun. I was really proud of it by the time I was done. But it took time. And I think that is also in what takes time, you can think of not all things are success. So what can you repurpose? Could you put it on Ignite? Could you pull out pieces and give out free printables on your website, right? It's that whole idea of creating a brand. The more time you spend on something and the more detailed things are, the more you can build a following, the more you can build a brand. You can take piece parts out of these more complex items and give them away like a piece or a page, a printable for free on your website. You can do a weekly page you give away to people on your email list or something like that, because they would be interested in getting that. And then they're going to build some brand loyalty. And then when they go and do whatever it is they do, they'll think of you and want to purchase another one of your products. All right. But you can repurpose and reuse some of this really specific and focused material. Okay, so my advice, I've been chatting a lot, haven't I? My advice for newbies. Okay, these are all great ideas, and you maybe hopefully got a few great ideas from this. Okay, here's the thing, newbies. Don't go off and forget about it. Don't go off and try and get more ideas, do research until the end of time. Okay, here's the thing. Pick one thing and do it. Just pick one thing, make it for yourself, and don't put your heart into it. If you haven't published anything on yet, I've been talking to a few people who they have all these ideas, and this mastermind group I paid $500 to be in, they all have these ideas, and we work together for 4 weeks, and I think it's been 3-4 weeks since we've been working together, and I've had weekly calls with them and talking to them and trying encouraging them, and everyone's just like, oh, I have so many ideas, but I don't know where to start, and oh, I'm working on this one thing and I want it to be perfect. And I'm like, no, just publish something, just like make something. Okay, like just stop thinking and make something. Publish it, get it out in the world. And there's a few reasons. One, your first few items, well, actually probably more than a few, are going to suck. You might think they're cool when you first made them, right? But they probably aren't that good. And that's okay. I used to teach algebra and calculus to kids. And I'm telling you, like, they didn't walk in the first day saying, ooh, I know how to do this. I'm fabulous at calculus. I'm great at algebra. You know, just give me all the problems. I can leave, right? That's not how it works. Like, give yourself some grace. Give yourself a break. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't make your love, passion project the first thing you do, because it won't be as good as you want it to be. So just publish something. Just put something out there. If you have no idea what to put out there, put out that says, my book of great, fabulous ideas, okay? And then put it out there into the world. Take a pretty cover, a pattern, whatever you want, stick some words on it, put it out in the world, and learn the process, okay? Just put it out there. And if it sucks, it's okay. Just purchase your own product that says my fabulous ideas and start writing down your ideas, okay? Just publish something. Stop thinking so hard about it. Just publish it and expect that no one will buy it. And that's okay, because guess what? It was your first thing. And if someone buys your first thing other than you, be happy. It was a total win. Okay, so let's see. $5 a day in advertising budget. Well, actually I have it set for, I think, like $10 or $15 a day, but my bid is so low because it's so specific. It's like $5 the whole month. I have spent $5. $5. That's it. Okay, so that's one of the powers of being specific. Nobody else is bidding on that word. And so guess what? You can pay 10 cents a click and be the first person on the page. Now, it may take a while and it may take you a few tries to find the right thing. So there is that unfortunate part of advertising, which is test, repeat, test, repeat. You got to keep trying. But the more specific you are, there's like less to try, right? So I hit this particular ad. It took me the second ad before I hit on like the magic words that make it sell well. And yet I paid $5 whole in advertising this month, right? Maybe it'll be by the end of the month, like $6. So not that exciting as far as cost. What else? Sorry, I'm looking through all my notes. Yeah, just like my thing. Give yourself the gift of grace. Just start, just publish, right? That's another tip for newbies, tip for people who have done this forever. Allow yourself to learn. I've been doing this for 5 years now, something like that, about 5 years now, and I learn something new every day. And I seek out new things. Like, I am a passion learner. Like, if I could go to school forever on whatever I wanted, like, that is my dream. I love the internet. I love YouTube. I have learned, I love it. I love learning. So give yourself some grace, allow yourself to learn, allow yourself to grow. You will not be perfect in the first year. You will not be perfect in the second year. And it may take you a really long time, but that's okay. If you're willing to learn, willing to change, willing to grow, you are going to succeed when other people fail, because A, you keep going, and B, you're always learning, you're always trying something new, and you'll eventually hit on that thing that works for you, the thing that just lights your life up. So yeah, action is the first thing. Take action. Stop overthinking it. Take action. Continue to learn, continue to grow, and create, right? Create and publish. Let's see, my other note. Yeah, my encouraging note, just do it. Remember when you were a kid and you everything was a mistake. Everything was no, right? Like, be a kid again. Just do it. Don't worry about no. Don't worry about, worry about copyright laws and all that sort of stuff. But don't worry about if it's perfect. Just put something out there and try and get back up again. So that was it. So recap on my news, check out ashschmidt.com for the newsletter, my new course that's on sale for $19.99, $20. It's normally $49. I plan on doing lots of cool stuff. I want to do an Amazon advertising course because I've been talking to my mastermind group, and they're like, how do you get results like that? And like I said, the way to get results on Amazon advertising is start with kind of the product. That the more specific you can be, the easier it is to advertise yourself. Now, you can advertise and get good results, but I'm telling you, the more specific you can be in your product. So if you start with product creation, your ability to advertise it is so much easier. There is kind of an art and a science, right? It's that art of finding a big enough audience, but yet specific enough. So there is some art to it. You get better at that art as you go along. But if you can kind of focus on your product, think of it backwards. Think of it, what could I advertise and create that would be easy and cheap to advertise, right? And then create your product based on that. And it's got to be needs. So that whole, what can I advertise and create? That's based on research and numbers and what people want. And then think, okay, how can I make it specific enough and niche enough that it's still a broad range thing? And I'm telling you, there are thousands there's millions and billions of ideas out there. Just like the one I talked about today with that day camp, like the 30 day camp or a week-long camp. Holy cow, you could make a whole series on that. Christmas break, spring break, week-long summer camps. And you could have themes like outer space, princesses, science. Like, just think of the brand you could make with that. Like, totally would excite me, except I have like 50 other million projects on my list. But I should do that one. But I'm telling you, as a parent, I would totally buy that. And not only could you sell it as a book on Amazon, think of the fun website you could create with that, right? Like, you could repurpose all that stuff you created and put it on a website and put Pinterest to it and sell it as a printable on Etsy. And like, oh my gosh, like a checklist on Etsy, that would be a good idea. See, look, I'm thinking of fabulous ideas while I'm talking to you. Like, checklist on Etsy. I would totally buy that. Like, print it out with activities to do each day. Like, that's something you could put out like that. You know, list of things to buy, activities for each day. Like, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. With pictures, like, just get some pictures. You know, if you don't have kids, find neighbors down the street to have them test them out on. Take pictures. You don't even have to take their faces, right? Take pictures of their hands creating it. That would be awesome. So awesome. Anyway, sorry. I get excited, but that would be a really easy thing to advertise and it would be cheap on AMS because it's really specific. It would take a while to start. So it's not good. These bigger things aren't instantaneous things. My book that I'm doing $200 a day, right? Or not $200 a day. That would be awesome though. $200 a month on, like, it started out, like nothing the first month, right? And I paid like $3 or $4 in advertising and got nothing. But it wasn't the right season either. But it took a while to pick up. And now I've gotten a few reviews on it. It's selling better. Not a ton of reviews. I think I have 1 or 2. So it takes time, but if you're going to put time and effort into your business anyway and publishing, like, put it in the right places so that you can advertise, you can focus, you can get, reap a reward that does take some time, but it's worth it from my point of view. Anyway, instead of just mass putting stuff out there, but I think mass putting stuff out there is good in the beginning. It does give you experience, time, the ability to learn, and grace. And so the fact I put out a lot of stuff that didn't succeed, I don't think of that as a failure. I'm more of the Thomas Edison. I know 1,000 ways not to make a notebook now. But it took me time to figure that out. And like I said, it is that art and science. Getting the experience to do that doesn't come overnight. Now, if it does for you, you are, great for you. But for me, I was that slow burn person. I wasn't the person who succeeded in my first year, month, 2 years, 3 years. a really long time, right? But like I finally like it clicked for me, and so it will for you too. Anyway, that's all I have. Any questions or thoughts? Let me see. I think I answered the questions. And I don't think I missed anything. There wasn't that many. Thank you, Teresa. And whoever else is watching out there. 15 July, Neil Lassen. And I hope you guys take these ideas and run with them. Like, honestly, if you create that craft book, like, send me the link. I will totally buy it. Even if you make it on Etsy, I will buy it because I really want it right now. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I'm so excited you were here. Check out my website, ashschmidt.com. I will be here again next week with more fun and creative ideas. I'll do some more, you know what? I'll do some more research into that whole craft thing and give you guys some more ideas because I really think that would be a great idea. I really do. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye.